Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I totally messed up and I started filming and I forgot my replay of the Silvia S15. So we're going back. I have already done this. Usually I go into these videos with no practice and I'm just kind of figuring it out on camera, but I've had a little bit of practice, so hopefully it will be more impressive. Alright, so today we're doing Assetto Corsa best Touge cars. I'm starting out with the Nissan Silvia S15 from the World Drift Tour Street Pack. We will be driving on the hotboi. It's a Touge course from the initial D series actually, so let's get started. So it's kind of cool about this course is it starts you in the middle and you can kind of go either way. We'll start out going this way. So Nissan Silvia S15 from the World Drift Tour Street Pack. First things first, I think it's really imperative that you change your gearing to like the 4-6 gears and then turn the turbo all the way up. It starts at 80%. I don't know why they do that. These cars don't really work that well at 80%, in my opinion. These cars are already fairly low horsepower. So ideally, put the gearing all the way up, turn the boost up, and then you can mess with tire pressure a little bit and like toe in and stuff like that. But if you just do those two things to get going, these cars will feel really good. So a good Touge car, in my opinion, like isn't crazy horsepower, high horsepower, unless the Touge kind of requires it. This is definitely like a low or mid horsepower track. Anything super high horsepower would just be kind of not fun and a bit of a struggle. But a good Touge car has really good grip. It has good steering angle. Almost. And it inspires confidence. So a good Touge car has to be something that like you're comfortable in, right? Because Touge is pretty gnarly, especially when you go on a new one that you're not used to and you're trying to learn it. Oh god, like me right now. Alrighty. Yeah, you can't go wrong with this car for really anything, but for the Touge, it's perfect. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Alright, so next up, we have the Ford Mustang from the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift movie. I just felt like for drifting Touge, I mean, this is just so iconic and it's such a cool experience. It's like, for me, Tokyo Drift was kind of my introduction to drifting and I will never forget it. It's absolutely one of my favorite movies of all time, so. This car does require a little bit of tuning. I also got to get used to freaking left-hand drive. There's a quick switch. Okay, let's say this. It doesn't require tuning. Like, you can kind of just go out and rip in stock form. But I think it does. Ooh, it is long. This is a long boy. Oh my god, where am I going? This car, like, it's not perfect by any means. And definitely with a little bit of tuning, you can get it to feel even better. But it's still a really good car, and it's just a really unique experience. Like, ripping an old Ford Mustang with the RV swap through the Touge is so cool. Look, I almost said Touge. God dang it. Oh god, the end of the track. Okay. We're gonna move on to the next car though. This one, an absolute riot. Definitely not as dialed as some of the other cars, but so freaking fun. Alright, next up we have the Aussie Drift Co. Mazda MX-5 from the 420 pack. Yes, it's a bit of a cheater car, or is a cheater car. It has the extended physics, but I wanted to put this car in because it has really good power. It's fairly easy to drive, and it's a convertible, which just gives a really cool experience. So I think if you're new to drifting on Assetto Corsa or Touge drifting, whatever, this is not a bad car to choose to just kind of get started and kind of learn the ropes. I mean, listen to this thing. It's freaking outrageous.
Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking. Let's rock.
Oh god. So the physics are definitely different. This is like, compared to the last two cars we were just in, it's like lazier, I guess, with the steering. So I definitely need to get used to it. It's so savage though, like it sounds so freaking crazy. Comment below if I should get some kind of Miata or MX-5 or something as a drift car in real life. Comment below if I should get some kind of Miata or MX-5 or something as a drift car in real life. This one will rip 4th gear, by the way, but I'm finding that it's not really necessary anywhere on this track. Oh, we're at the end. Okay. The car's kind of some work. It's not easy to drive by any means, but very, very fun. All right, we got 2 more cars on the list, so stick with me. Let's move on. All right, next up we have the Deathwish garage, Toyota JZX100 Chaser. This is a big boy, okay? This is one of the more challenging cars of the car pack, but definitely one of the more realistic. It's also gonna be a good amount more challenging because it is 4 doors. So let's see if we can pull this off. Also, big on these cars is put the gearing like all the way up. They're really like 2nd and 3rd gear cars. Like even 3rd, hear that? I might have a little bit too much grip. We'll kind of see as we get ripping. Come on, baby. Wow, 3rd gear is just dead right now. What's going on? So I don't know, I might have had a slightly different tune on this thing. Like, again, as I said, I don't try these cars, you know, right before the video. They're all cars I've driven before, obviously, if I'm recommending them, but I might have had like a shorter gear ratio tune on this thing, or longer rather, because 3rd gear is just like dead, and usually these will drift 3rd gear and like no problem. Oh, we're at the end of the course. All right, to the last, but definitely not least car. Alright, this is our last car. Even if I was making a best Ford Mustang drift cars video, I would have to put a Skyline in there, so. Today, we got Low Style Gang, Nissan Skyline HR32, or HCR32. I can't keep track of all the freaking things. Alright, so let's go uphill first. So LSG cars are another one of the cheater cars. They're like similar physics, I believe, to the Aussie Drift Co. The reason I put this car in here is, again, I know a lot of beginners are really attracted to like the Touge side of drifting. This is like a great car for kind of introducing yourself to it and just not having like a super frustrating experience. And it just is so freaking cool looking, and it sounds so good, and honestly it drives pretty well. They have like a ton of horsepower, the whole car pack does. I think they're some of the coolest looking cars in the game. Some of you guys might be into a bit more of a clean look, but if you guys have seen my real life cars, you know I like it wild. So these cars definitely, I think, are so sick. Alright guys, well, sadly, this brings us to the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys that stick around and watch the whole video. I really try to keep them entertaining. So if you guys want to support the channel more, HaugenRacing.com has all our merch. Every purchase goes back into building our car for Formula Drift Japan next year, as well as making more videos. Appreciate the love. I love all of you back. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Keep ripping, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, peace out.